Alright. I have a not so fun talk today. Hopefully I'll be able to post it, but I've had a series of dreams starting back in August. And that one was confirmed. But basically I was at an airport, saw two guys. One of them looked like he had a rough go of it, who had goggles and was using all kinds of nasty stuff, and got it on my hands, and I was like, oh, get rid of it. I was at an airport and found out that was me with COVID, because I was at the beach and it was completely confirmed. Then I had another dream because I got frustrated with life and started playing games again online, and God gave me another warning dream about being on a plane, and the whole front of the screen, the front of the plane was a big like gaming screen, if you will. And I was basically escorted off of the plane because I was playing games and knew I was in trouble. Then, I think it was last Tuesday or Wednesday, I had another dream. And this time, I was driving, I guess a Jeep or something, and went to someone's house, like a brother, like a, I guess you could call it a Christian brother, because I don't have any brothers near me. But when I went to the driveway, there's a red, like Civic looking sedan car sitting in the driveway with the door wide open and clothes laying out on the front seat. Also, while I was driving, I noticed that the sun was getting darker. And then after I found the guy and looked up again, it was like almost about to be fully eclipsed. And I knew right before I woke up that when that happened, things were going to get ugly. And that the great day of wrath, I don't know if it's the 60th or the day of wrath, or if they're one the same, I don't know. But this morning at like 4:30, I woke up with another very quick but very knowing feeling that I'm gonna get left behind, which sucks. But but basically it had a side shot of me in my car and driving somewhere, and I felt like it may be today around noon, but I don't know. But what happened is I was driving in my car, and everything around me started shaking. So, and then I woke up. So I've been asking all morning about different things. I have a dog, and God's been asking me quite a lot if he wanted me to have him go with me or not. Sorry, I think I may be off trail. Toby, please come this way. But this guy disappears, which I get the feeling he may. And hold on. Which he may have happened. But it may happen, and I get the feeling like it's now. And I've been told to haul ass him. But all that is to say that something bad is coming. I think we are about to, it may be today, it may be tomorrow, but I don't think it's that long. But my question becomes, because I thought I was right with God, and I keep stupidly going back to the same BS things I've done in my past, and getting caught up in this world, and grumbling about this world, and getting caught up in Christmas and all this other nonsense. But what happens when you are left behind? You didn't realize that you were sinning, and you thought you were going one way, and then people happen to disappear around you, which I don't think there are that many. I've been told it's a very, very, very tiny, small portion. But if you see everything go dark in the middle of the day, you know what's going on. But that's a thought that you need to think of. So how do you handle that time? How do you handle being left behind? Do you give up? Which you can do. Do you fight like crazy? Which you can. That's up to you. But that's something that you need to think on really hard and pretty quickly. So what happens when that time hits, and what to avoid and what to look forward to? Well, actually, there's nothing to really look forward to. It's all hell's gonna break loose. It's a time of wrath, time of punishment, time of really bad, nasty things happening. And I've had many dreams that allude to all of it. Like one being Russia is going to attack and nuke the crap out of the US with not just one nuclear bomb. I think there's been many prophets out there that have told of about 5 that go off. Think of all the corners and the dead center. That's where they're all going off, from what I've been told. Oh, I was on the wrong trail. Oh darn. Oh well. I guess I was on the wrong trail. But anyway, I'm at Land Sinks, and it's a fun place to get away, and there's big old sinks, but off topic. But things that will happen during this time: World War III. We are Babylon, so we're going to be laid desolate. This land will not be able to be used after what is coming. You're going to see it laid completely bare. You're going to see it completely destroyed to the point where no one will want to be around. Can't remember what part of Revelation talks of Babylon, but people will be taken away. People will be put in concentration camps. The mark of the beast is already here. Part 1 was the the thing that goes in your arm. That was part 1. And that changes DNA, because I've watched all my family members take it, and they are unrecognizable. It does alter the way God sees you and the way people see you around you. Other things that will happen. There's going to be massive asteroids that hit the planet, and it's going to cause major tsunamis, like several thousand feet tall tsunamis. And it's going to, don't know when that's going to happen. I've also been told that California has a massive earthquake and part of it falls off into the ocean. I've also been told that there's another earthquake that happens and it splits the US. Don't know quite, I mean, I've seen pictures, but that will happen. We will have to face God's wrath. You will see fire from heaven. You will have earth-shattering earthquakes, and that I don't know how many. If it's one, I think it's many earthquakes. And it also says that the two prophets, which I believe was it Elijah and Moses, maybe, or is it one of the Apocrypha books mentioned it. I think it was Enoch and Elijah. But they were both, I think, carried off before their time. So those two, and it says that they can do as many signs and wonders as they want. So that's going to happen. It says that the seas will turn to bitterness or bitter, and I've also been told that will disappear at some point. You will have giants and Nephilim come back to the planet. You will have all the critters that were hidden become in your sight. But yeah, it sounds like a fun time, doesn't it? But if you give up, and if you take the mark of the beast, which is in your hand or in your forehead, and there'll be some kind of, I think Bill Gates was working on like a Neuralink that will be put on you, and you can be a cyborg, is what they'll come out as. And people will be so out of control and so like wanting some kind of answer that they'll do anything at that point. So they're going to willingly take it, and people are going to starve to death. This is not a easy message. I'm not enjoying telling you this, but it's something that I have to think of now because I'll be living it. But I do believe there will be sanctuary areas if you truly go after God like you've never, ever, ever gone after Him before. Fasting many days, praying your butt off, like on your hands and knees and begging for mercy and showing God that you're truly repentant of your old ways. He may allow you back. But but yes, so if that goes black, and it may be after I've done this video, but if that goes black today or has gone black and you're hearing this, you gotta fight. If you give up, no matter what, you will live like an enemy of God's. God will provide ways if you will listen to Him. But many people don't know how to listen to Him or how to hear them, and our hearts have grown very hard. But I would try to run to the wilderness, but there is nowhere to hide. If you think you can go escape in a bunker and be all right, you're crazy. And I find it interesting listening to these preppers. They think that they will have enough for what's coming. They don't. I believe that time will be, I mean, I've heard 7 years of tribulation, but I think we're already in the tribulation, because I've already heard rumors that all 4 horses are riding. But I still haven't seen graves being opened. Oh, that explains it. Okay, well, I just got a revelation while I'm talking to you. The earthquake that causes those to open is part of the rapture. And when the earthquake hits and darkness hits, those people go first and meet God in the air. Then the others follow. So if you see a whole lot of cemeteries and all the pits open, you know why. Oh, sorry. I'm just... Nope, you gotta keep going, bud. But I found out I took another trail somehow and ended up going the way I wanted to. I thought I'll have enough time. But if you don't know how to live off this land, I would find someone quick. If you're near me and I can help you, I will. But you're gonna have to fight. You may have to starve. You may have to hurt like you've never hurt before. At some point, I don't know if it's all or part of it, death will leave, and you can try to commit suicide and you'll break every bone in your body, but you won't be dead. That's been prophesied. But I'm just trying to, I'm looking at the sun because I kind of get the feeling it's today. But my pointers for you, look to God. Another thing I have to point out, if you're caught and put in containment or those concentration camps, and if you're God's, you're going to be tortured beyond probably what you can bear. I've heard many prophecies on this, and I'm not going into them because they are very bad. The Apocryphal book that I was reading, it says those that, like it said, that there are 60 righteous witnesses, or whatever you want to call them, who basically are caught. And this is a little graphic and a little bit of warning and heads up. But what it said was they'll have their eyes plucked out by an iron spikes. And they will have their skin ripped off of their head, and they will take off fingernails, run at one after another, after another, after another. And so, not a fun time. But I just remember that because of your going to sin, whatever it is, drinking, fornication, whatever, you caused this. God has been hounding you and going after you and going after you and going after you, and you refuse to give up. What is it, 2.5 years ago, I woke up and basically I saw a video, and it basically said that this, and we're happening. And it had reference to the rapture. And I knew that if I didn't turn around right then and there, that I would be one of these and left behind. However, I think that my left behind is a little different because I keep getting led to Ezekiel 3, and I keep hearing that God wants me to be a watchman, which means that I have to tell others where they went wrong. I have to tell others why God left them behind. Sounds like fun. Not really. But I don't know what this place is going to look like. I do know Yellowstone's going to blow its top. I know Rainier is going to blow its top, and many other volcanoes. I know a lot of things. But thank you for joining me.